think that's the point. The part of our training, part of Mo's training is constantly reinforcing the kids. You have to work to earn the things that you want. It's not just going to fall in your lap. And I wonder sometimes, because business 8 years, right?
10.
10 years.
And you're 10 and worse.
We
Party.
we encounter a lot of adults that don't understand that in order to get good outputs, you have to put in good inputs. That means you have to put in good effort in to get the results. And what we see is people wanting quick, fast. Well, him over here has shown up to 40 sessions consistently. And that's why they're better. And I feel like a lot of times we're getting sucked into this quick, fast, in a hurry thing. And we're honest, it doesn't happen like that. You got to show up and put in the effort and put in the work with focus. We talk about a lot of times, sometimes parents will just drop the kids off and the coaches are having to deal with behavior issues. And they spend half the time dealing with this kid's behavior issues. And then that 90 minutes gets cut down to 45 because you had to cut through 45 minutes of BS with this kid goofing around trying to touch people and tickle people, which is weird. Sometimes when we say you need to sit down and watch your kid in practices and see how they act, we're serious about that because you're paying money for this and you need to see how your kid is in here wasting your money.
As a parent of athletes, that I have a senior and going through the process of recruitment, somebody that's will continue on to play basketball, I understand the emotional attachment. But you also got to understand that it's okay to listen to what the coaches have to say and process it a little bit. I ask you sometime, and then ask the question to your kid: hey, were you doing that? Are you like that in practice? Are you focused? Because when I know, your kids aren't angels at home either. You know what I'm saying? But we're going to work with these kids. It's a process. But to think that they're not struggling behavior-wise sometimes, it happens, or they're not struggling to get a concept of basketball, and so they're so frustrated they want to quit, that's where I have an issue because basketball is a journey.
Right.
It's not, you're not really good over that. It's a journey. I can't dribble twice and say, yep, I got handles now. I have to go dribble every day for a certain amount of time. We have videos out where we talk about learning how to shoot, learning how to dribble, and we take you through different steps in those videos. You'll see it on our YouTube. The video like you have to do different steps to get here. And sometimes you plateau, sometimes you go back down. And the reason you do that is you take days off, you take time off, and we try to remind you that. So we keep it real at this point, but we keep it real. We still want to work with the kid to get better. And I think some people will jump ship looking for the best. For somebody to tell them that it's okay what they're doing. The jump ship's okay. To leave is okay. And that's not going to get the kid better. So we do that. Conversation, and also if you're one of our parents, and I have kids talk to me, and shout out to the parents that's going to show some things to me. The parents know that some stories with me it's bigger than basketball with us. And so every time I break down a group on Mondays and Wednesdays, I talk about other stuff. I told the kids last night, they got one more week to get their grades up. And what do I do with basketball? Because you're not going to be eligible to play basketball.
Right.
And even if you're in third grade, I need to teach you now that when you get to seventh grade, your grades are important because you can't even scratch a tryout with low failing grades. So we talk about things that are going to help them beyond basketball. We tell the kids after basketball, how do you work outside of it? Man, hey, you know what? You should have been skipping these extra days of training. Oh, you have a team practice? Why did you miss it? I was chilling playing video games. Okay, so now that's going to reflect your playing time. With a mom that wanted to take a kid out from playing for a couple of weeks because of what she felt like discipline was because had a talking issue at school. That's a huge problem to me because what it does is if you trust a coach with your kid to get better and develop, you should trust to have a conversation with me of how we can help not only just discipline, but how we can get them back on track and get them on the court. Because getting off the court and taking them away from basketball and taking them away from sport, I don't care if it's football, basketball, baseball, is not going to get them to develop.
Well, and it's one of those things. We've set kids down for grades. We've had kids do homework during basketball academy.
Yep.
Like we've done this stuff. And both of us come from a behavioral modification background when it comes to kids. And so you include the coach in the part of the behavior management team so that you can make sure that it's consistent across the board and parents are communicating and you're allowing the coach to enforce some discipline, because if the coach doesn't want to do that, then they're not a good coach. If
Right.
they don't want to enforce discipline on the kid during practices and stuff because they're acting a fool at school or not getting homework done or whatever, they're not really invested as a coach. They just they're just somebody out there, man or woman out there that just wants to win games.
Right.
And that's not who we are internally. And so when you pull them away from the athletic side, you're removing our ability to enforce discipline. One, it hurts the rest of the team because now the team has to adjust to somebody that's not there, somebody that they might have been counting on. The thing that I know, and this is 20 years of group home, juvenile probation experience, kids adapt really fast to a punishment.
Yep.
And so you pull them away thinking that you're teaching them something, you're showing them a lesson.